Greetings, it's me, Maggie Moves MetroWest. I am coming to you today from Yoshi, the Jeep, because I wanted to let you know about a fabulous interview I just did for Maggi Moves MetroWest Small Business for April. And the interview is following this, so make sure and stay tuned for that. But my small business for April is Chickbook Creative, which was founded by Jamie Chapman, who offers a really, really unique and special service to entrepreneurs. And so I'm an entrepreneur, I'm self-employed, and this service, I can't tell you how valuable this is. So I will tell you a little bit about it, and definitely check out the interview, but check her out on Facebook and Instagram, Chickbook Creative. And what she does is she meets with you, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it is you work out with her, and she finds out about your business, and she helps you by creating actionable steps that you can put in place daily, weekly, whatever it is, to help elevate your business, whether it's branding or marketing or getting yourself out there, whatever it is. She collaborates with you to elevate your business. So this is something for me I find incredibly valuable, because sometimes our entrepreneurial brains, or at least mine anyway, sometimes it's hard to focus. Sometimes I'm not accountable. I just find helpful things put in place that I can just, if I'm having a crazy day and I've driven 100 miles showing all these properties, I can look down at my action plan and be like, oh, right, okay. It helps me get centered. It helps me stay on track. It helps me with my business. So Jamie has found a really unique way to service those of us that really want to sort of streamline our business, get focused, and really elevate our business and bring it to the next level. If you're a realtor, if you have a side hustle that you want to turn into a full-time job, if you are a hairdresser, all of my friends that own your shops and restaurants and things like that, anybody that's self-employed will benefit from Jamie's service. So I encourage you to stay tuned and to watch the interview to find out more specifics, but also find her on Facebook and Instagram, because it will tell you a little bit more about the business, and reach out to her to inquire about, how she can help you. Anyway, I found it absolutely fascinating to, see how her brain works, and how she is able to take that entrepreneurial brain that we have and really dial in. So Maggi Moves MetroWest is offering, for the raffle this month, Jamie is donating 90 minutes of her time. So comment below that you want to be entered into the raffle, and I will pull it at the end of April, like I do the end of every month, and you will win 90 minutes free of her time to sort of help you get started. So I encourage you to enter into this. This is a very, very different service, but it's so important. I can't stress enough how important this is for any of us that are self-employed and want to elevate our business. So stay tuned for the interview. Thanks. Bye. Hi, it's me, Maggie Moves MetroWest, and I am here today with my friend Jamie Chapman. And Jamie and I have actually known each other for quite a few years now. We live in the same neighborhood. And when I first met you, you were actually working at Jack's Abbey. And now Jamie has her own business called Chickbook Creative, which is a really unique and special business that helps entrepreneurs. And if you don't mind telling us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I started out thinking that I was going to do bookkeeping for small businesses when I left. I'm part of the Great Resignation. That's when I left Jack's, that's what I decided to go work for myself. And what I found when I got online was that a lot of entrepreneurs are idea generators, but they sometimes struggle with the execution of those ideas.
That is true.
And I have a lot of background in executive functioning and ADHD and autism. And so I tend to work with I like to say minds of all kinds. I help minds of all kinds to build a business that they're proud of.
That's amazing. And so I love the fact that, because I find that well, I'm a small business, which I always say, I'm always so grateful when someone chooses me, which is why I want to highlight the small businesses in my community. But also I find that those of us who are entrepreneurial tend to have some kind of HDD, sort of borderline autism, or somewhere on the spectrum. And so you do have these ideas, but then, like you just said, the execution. So, for example, if I'm somebody just starting out, how is that different in your guidance versus someone that's had some success but really wants to sort of elevate to the next level?
I can help both of those humans, to be honest with you. And I'm glad that you mentioned the spectrum, because I do believe that we're all on it, actually, in some way, right? Like, we all have gifts that we bring, right? You bring this gift of presence, and you're there for your clients. You're everywhere they need to be. You have resources for them. And maybe your not gift is doing the paperwork behind the scenes. I don't know what it is, but we all bring our gifts to the table, and that's where we shine. And then depending on, if you're starting a business, there's a lot of things that you may think that you need, that you don't actually need to get started. I do believe that you have to kind of prove your market and know that you have a product or service that the market wants, versus a company that has been running for a little while. They've proven their market, and they may just need like operations or systems and processes, and I can help them with that too.
Okay, that's awesome. And so a little bit about your background before Jack's Abbey. When I met you, you had just moved to Framingham.
Yes.
And you have a unique household in that you have 2 sets of twins.
We do, yeah, and I was a photographer at the time.
I remember.
Yeah, so I have that background. I was a graduate of Rhode Island School of Design, and I did wedding photography for written families for about 10 years when I moved to Framingham and was like trying to figure out who I was. But yes, I have a set of identical twin boys that just turned 19, and my husband has a set of fraternal twins that are 24.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That made you a very busy mom.
Yes, yep, and which is why we needed the bigger house.
Yes,
so.
exactly. So as you guys know, every month I highlight a small business that I want to introduce you to, and you're going to comment below if you would like to be entered into a drawing to win a free service from Jamie. And Jamie, can you tell us a little bit about what that would be?
Yeah, I would love to. So a couple of years ago, I found this idea called mind mapping, and so it's not something that I created, but I've personalized it for the entrepreneur. So I do a personalized mind sweep mapping session where all of those idea generator brains are coming to the table and they're spilling their ideas out on paper. It's a very tactile, good thing for your brain to get them out on paper. And then I help them organize them into the small actionable steps to actually achieve those goals. So I'm donating one of those for you to give away.
Oh, that's awesome. So make sure you comment below. And I mean, you're probably thinking, well, that's super interesting, Jamie, but let the light bulb go off. Are you a realtor? Do you own a small shop? Are you a photographer? Are you sewing for somebody? I mean, ways that you can have Jamie share with you how to elevate your service, your business to the next level. I think that's what we're really looking to do here.
And within the mind sweep mapping session, I'm bringing my sales, marketing, distribution, product and service base, manufacturing, hospitality. I'm bringing a lot of experience to the table. So I'm looking at your business as a whole, not just specifically one detail.
I like that you said actionable steps, because I think that for me, that's what gets overwhelming sometimes. Okay. I was sharing with Jamie how I was at the the National Association of Realtors in November, and went to a ton of sessions on how to build your business and all of that kind of stuff. And it was so overwhelming. I just my goal was to get one thing out of it, just to bring home one thing. But then I bring home that one thing, and what do I do with it, and what's next steps do I take? Right. So that's where you would come in.
Yeah, I mean, you're inundated with all those kinds of opportunities to promote your business. How do you know where to start? Where is the best return of investment for your business? How do you like to show up? Like, you love to show up on video, which is great, but there's other agents that don't. They don't want their face on camera. They're not comfortable speaking like we are. So I like to try and help them find ways that they can path of least resistance to put themselves out there, start generating revenue, and be proud of the business that they're building.
That's awesome. And that's really unique, because I don't think there's really anybody else that offers a service quite like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for sharing all of that. I really appreciate it. And I think it sort of opens up a business that a lot of people didn't even know existed. And so I'm really excited to be collaborating with you on this for the month of April.
Yeah.
And as we said, comment below. You'll get entered into a drawing for a raffle that we'll do at the end of April, and you'll win that free session with Jamie.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Maggie.
Me too. Looking forward to April.
Yeah, me too.